Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is on November 16th, 2023. It's on Thursday and sunny outside. How are you spending Thursday? How do you like Thursday? When I was a university student, I used to schedule Thursday with few classes, and it worked well in a week. When I was a university student, I used to schedule Thursday with few classes and made Thursday easy, and it worked well in a week. The reason why I put a few classes on Thursday stems from the curriculum set up in the first year of the university. In the first year, we couldn't choose which classes we take in a week. All of the classes were set up automatically by the university. And in the schedule, Thursday was easy with a few classes. And I felt very comfortable with few classes on Thursday in a week. So I did schedule a Thursday with a few classes because of the reason after second year student. I've almost completed my mission. I've almost finished my homework. I have almost finished my homework. I have almost finished my homework. The car almost hit the pet dog. The car almost ran over the pet bottle. The two cars almost crashed each other. The two cars almost crashed to each other. The two cars almost crashed into each other. The two cars almost crashed into each other. One another. The two cars almost crashed into one another. The two cars almost crashed into one another. The two cars almost crashed into one another. One another. I could eat almost everything on the menu, but uh, even after I tried to my best, I couldn't finish all of them. So I brought the leftovers home with the plastic case. I couldn't. I could eat almost everything on the menu. But even if I try to do my best, I couldn't finish all of them. So I brought the leftovers home. I brought the leftovers home. I almost completed my thesis by the end of the year. Almost everybody in the class is planning to go to the university. Almost everybody in this class is planning to go to a university. Almost everybody in this class intends to go to a university. Almost everybody living in the coastal area evacuated as they were warned by the government officials. Almost everyone living in the coastal area was evacuated because of the tsunami warning. Almost everyone living in the coastal area evacuated for the tsunami warning. Almost everyone evacuated from the coastal area because of the warning of tsunami. Almost every product sold in this store is handmade. Almost every product sold in this store is handmade. Almost every product sold in this store is very expensive. More than 1 million yen. Almost every passersby who answered the questionnaire showed in favor of the policy. Almost every pedestrian who answered the questionnaire was in favor of the policy. Almost every pedestrian who were asked to fill out the questionnaire rejected it. Almost every passersby around the train station showed against the policy. And almost every passersby around the station answered against the policy. The security camera covers almost every area around my house. The security camera covers almost every angle. The security camera set up around my house covers almost every angle, almost 360 degrees. The security camera covers almost every angle. Snowfall was observed in almost all areas. Snow was observed in almost all areas in the prefecture. Snowfall was observed in almost all of the areas of the prefecture. Snowfall was observed in almost all of the areas of the prefecture. Snowfall was observed in almost all of the areas of the prefecture. Snowfall was observed in almost all of the areas of the prefecture. I watched almost all of the videos released by the company related to the animation. I watched almost all of the videos related to the animation. I watched almost all of the videos related to Doraemon. I watched almost all of the videos in relation to Doraemon, with regard to Doraemon, regarding Doraemon, in respect to Doraemon, in relation to Doraemon, related to Doraemon, associated with Doraemon, with respect to Doraemon, with regard to Doraemon, in respect to Doraemon, in regard to Doraemon. I saw a car nearly hitting the dog. I nearly lost conscious just before performing in front of the people. Whenever I perform in front of the public, I tend to nearly lose conscious. Whenever I perform in the public, I am apt to be on the brink of losing conscious. Whenever I perform in front of the people, I am inclined to be on the verge of losing conscious. I nearly lost conscious. I tend to be nearly carried away. I tend to nearly lose my conscience whenever I perform in front of the people. I am inclined to nearly lose my conscience. I nearly lost my conscience. I nearly lost conscience. I nearly lost conscience. I didn't eat nearly anything. I didn't eat next to nothing. I ate next to nothing. I nearly didn't eat anything. Nearly, nearly, nearly. I nearly completed my homework. I've nearly finished my homework. I've nearly finished my homework. I have 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 nearly finished my homework. Hmm. The person was almost as well as the professional. The person was nearly as good as the professionals at the age of 9. The person was nearly as well as the professionals at the age of 9. The, the water is nearly frozen, so maybe 5 minutes to go, or 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to go, 5 to 10 minutes left. Water in the container is nearly frozen. The petals on the street were almost nearly frozen. Water in the freezer is almost frozen. Water in the container in the freezer is almost frozen, nearly 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 frozen, nearly, 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 nearly. I could eat nearly everything. I could eat nearly everything on the menu, but I couldn't finish all of them, so I brought the leftovers home and ate that for breakfast on the following day. I could eat nearly everything. I could eat nearly everything on the menu. 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 Nearly everything arranged in the bookshelves is English textbook. Nearly everything set up arranged in the bookshelves is English textbooks. Nearly everybody living in the coastal area was evacuated for tsunami warning. Nearly everybody living in the coastal area evacuated for tsunami warning. I'm sure nearly everybody will disagree with me in the proposal. As to the proposal, I'm sure that nearly everybody will disagree to my proposals, my insane, crazy, obsolete proposals. I'm certain that nearly everybody will disagree to my proposals. I'm certain that nearly everybody will disagree to my proposals. I'm sure that nearly everybody in the meeting will disagree to my proposals. I'm certain that nearly everybody will disagree to my ideas. I'm certain that nearly everybody in the meeting will disagree to my suggestions. I'm certain that nearly everyone participating in the meeting will disagree to my suggestions. I'm certain that nearly everyone will disagree to my proposals. I'm sure that nearly everyone participating in the meeting will disagree to my proposals. I'm certain that nearly everyone in the meeting will disagree to my proposals. Nearly everyone. Nearly everyone asked by the journalist, and the journalist showed concern about the economic shrink. Nearly everyone who was asked by the journalist showed concerning for the economic shrink. Nearly everyone who was asked by the journalist showed concernings about the economic shrink. Nearly every passersby who was interviewed by the journalist showed concerns about the economic shrink. Nearly every pedestrian who was asked by the journalist for interview showed concerns for economic shrink. Nearly every pedestrian who was asked to have an interview with the journalist showed concerns about economic shrink. Nearly every passersby who was asked by the journalist to have interview with her answered concerns about the economic shrink. Nearly every book arranged in the bookshelf is English textbook. Nearly every book arranged in that bookshelf is English textbook. Nearly all of the customers who bought the product showed in favor. Nearly all of the customers who bought the product felt pleasant. Nearly all of the customers who bought the product from the company were satisfied with it. Nearly all of the customers showed in favor of the product they bought from the company. Nearly all of the customers were in favor of the products they bought from the shop. Nearly all of the customers reputed the shop well for high quality, reasonable prices, and durability. Nearly all of the customers reputed the store very well for some reasons. Nearly all of the customers were in favor of the products they bought from the shop. I'm sure that nearly all of the participants will disagree to my crazy ideas. I'm certain that nearly all of the participants will disagree to my ideas. I'm sure that nearly all of the participants will not agree with me. Almost all of the rooms in the hotel was occupied already. Almost all of the rooms of the hotel were occupied by guests 3 months before the end of the year. almost all of the rooms of the hotel was occupied already. Students spend most of their time on studying at school from morning to evening, and some of them go to a club school after that, or club activity they have. Students spend most of their time on studying at school from morning to evening, and some of them still go to a cram school after that. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid, at the expense of studying, at the cost of studying. Now I have to pay the cost. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid. Now I am paying the cost gradually to keep up with others in everything, academically, and so on. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid, at the expense of studying, at the cost of studying. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games at the expense of studying, at the cost of studying. I regret spending my most of the time on playing video games at the expense of studying, at the cost of studying. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games at the expense of studying when I was a kid. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid. Regret. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid at the expense of studying. I regret spending most of my time on playing video games when I was a kid at the expense of studying, at the cost of studying. Most part of the trip on the first day will be transportation, moving. Most parts of the trip on the first day will be transportation. Most parts of the trip on the first day consist of consist of moving, like taking the plane, train, buses, and so on. So the first day of the trip will be filled with transportation, moving, and we will get tired of the transportation only on the first day. So arriving at the hotel on the first day will be our target on the first day, and have a rest for the next day. The mainstream of the trip will be on the next day, from the second day. Most part of the trip on the first day is made up of moving, transportation. Most part of the trip on the first day is composed of moving. Most part of the trip on the first day is composed of moving. Most part of the part of the travel on the first day is made up of moving. Most part of the trip on the first day consists of moving. Most people out there might not have noticed. Most people out there might not notice, may not notice, could not notice. Most people could refer to the reputation of a shop, an accommodation, or other things before they decide to buy something from or get a service from. Most people will refer to the reviews of a shop or accommodation or other facilities offering some services before they decide to get a service from. Most people will refer to the reviews before they decide to get a service from a shop, accommodation, or other facilities. Most of the tasks were dealt with by the savior in the department. Most of the part of the movie consists of talking by the author. Most of the part of the movie is made up of the witness reminiscing over the memories in the interview. Most students in the class use social networking service. Most students in the class use a smartphone. Most students in the class use a smartphone. Most students in the class intend to go to a university. Most students in the class intend to go to a university. Most students in the class use a smartphone. Most people out there might spend their time on using smartphone while they are waiting for something. Hmm. Do you know someone who always add ketchup on most all of the food they eat? Do you know somebody? Are you acquainted with somebody who definitely add ketchup on most of the food she or he eats? Are you acquainted with somebody who absolutely adds some ketchup on the food she or he eats? Most products have a certain margins on them. Most products sold in the store have a certain amount of margin in them. Most products sold in stores out there include margins in them as profits. I was relieved to hear that for the most part, the tumor is negative in me. I was relieved to hear that for the most time the tumor which appeared in me is negative. Most of my adolescence is filled with sadness, struggles, predicaments, hindrances, mayhem, chaos. Unfortunately, most of my adolescence is composed of predicaments, hindrance, obstacles, chaos, mayhem, predicaments, sadness, depression. Unfortunately, most of my adolescence, most of my adolescence is filled with sadness, depression, predicament. I suppose most people wanna be a billionaire. I think most people wanna be a billionaire. I predict most people want to be a billionaire. I suppose most people are eager to be a billionaire. I assume that most people would like to be a billionaire. I am certain that most of the participants will disagree to my proposals. I am certain that most of the participants will not agree with me. I am certain that most of the participants will disagree to my suggestions. It was so cold a day yesterday that I brought a heater to bathroom. It was so cold a day yesterday that I brought a blanket from the closet, finally. It is so cold a day recently, so that I sleep with a blanket and kilt to keep warm. He drove his car so fast that I got sick. He drove his car so fast that I got motion sick. I ate so much yesterday that I felt sick. I ate so little for breakfast that I was super hungry before lunch. There were so many customers waiting in line in front of the restaurant that I gave up waiting and went to another one. It is too cold for me to swim in the sea. Swim in the sea. It is too hot for me to sightsee outside. It is too hot to eat the menu outside. It is too hot for our guests to eat lunch at the terrace under the direct sunlight. It is too hot for us to eat the menu at the terrace under the direct sunlight. It is too hot for us to eat lunch at the terrace under the direct sunlight. The lecture is proceeding so fast that I cannot understand at all. The lecture is proceeding too fast for me to understand. The lecture proceeded too fast for me to understand. The lecture is proceeding too fast for me to keep up with it. The lecture is proceeding too fast for me to keep up with it. The lecture is proceeding too fast for me to keep pace with it. The watch is too expensive for me to buy. The watch is too expensive for me to buy. The watch is too expensive for me to buy. "30 minutes is too long for me to wait for lunch. 30 minutes is too long for me to wait for lunch. 30 minutes is too long for me to wait for lunch. 30 minutes is too long for me to wait for lunch." $1,000,000 is too much for me to carry with the wallet, in the wallet. $1,000,000 is too much for me to carry. 1 million yen is too much for me to carry in the wallet. 1 million yen is too much for me to carry in the wallet. 10,000 yen is too much for a kid to carry. 10,000 yen is too much for a kid to carry. It is snowing too heavily for us to go with the car. The road was too icy for commuters to walk on. The road was too icy for commuters to take bicycle on. The road was too icy for the commuters to take a bicycle on. The road was too icy for commuters to take bicycle on. The road was too icy for the commuters to take a bicycle on. The road was too icy for commuters to take a bicycle on. Hmm. 4:30 a.m. is too early for me to get up. Winter is too cold for me to swim in the sea. Winter is too cold for me to swim in the sea. $200,000 is too high for me to pay monthly. 200,000 yen is too high for me to pay monthly. Monthly rent of the apartment, 200,000 yen, is too high for me to pay. Almost all of my relatives went on to university. Almost all of the people out there are totally different from me in everything. Most of the people out there are totally different from me in everything, in possible way, in every respect, in a sense, in a way, in everything, in every possible way, in every respect. Almost all of the products sold in the store are handmade. Most of the current jobs might be replaced by AI, robots, machines as new workforce. Most of the employees might be replaced by AI, robots, machines, and other new technologies as new workforce in the future. Almost all of the employees, current employees, might be replaced by AI, robots, machines, and other new technologies as new workforce in the future. Most of the employees, most of current employees working in a company could be replaced by new technologies such as AI, robots, machines in the near future. Most of the current employees working in a company may be replaced by new technologies such as AI, robots, machines as new workforce in the near future. What's going on? How's it looking down there? How's it looking down there? How's it looking down there? What's going on? Could you tell us what's going on there? Could you tell us what's going on there? Could you tell us what's going on out there? Down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? What's going on? What's going on down there? 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 Could you tell us what's going on down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? Could you tell us what's going on down there? If you are curious of participating in our party, don't hesitate to sign up for today. If you are curious of taking part in our party, don't hesitate to apply for that today. We are welcome. You are all the time welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome to sign. I still have no idea why I chose the course. I have no idea why the YouTuber stopped uploading his video. I have no idea why the YouTuber stopped uploading her video. I have no idea how to solve the problems. I have no idea how to cope with the problems. I have no idea how to cope with the problems. I have no idea how to resolve the problems. Are you excited about the concert? Are you excited about the concert? Are you excited about the match between the two monsters? Are you excited about the baseball game? I spent nearly 1 hour hanging around the station, waiting for my friends. I nearly spent 1 hour just hanging around the shopping mall. But it was fun because there were many things to see. I nearly spent 1 hour on hanging around the shopping mall. It was fun, for there were many things to see. Many things to see. Many things to see. I spent nearly 1 hour on hanging around the shopping mall. There used to be hooligans hanging around the train station about 10 years ago. There used to be a couple of hooligans hanging around the station about 10 years ago. There used to be some hooligans hanging in front of the shopping mall about 10 years ago. There used to be hooligans hanging in front of the supermarket about 10 years ago. There used to be a couple of hooligans hanging in front of the supermarket about 10 years ago. There used to be hooligans hanging in front of the supermarket about 10 years ago. I spent nearly 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. I spent nearly 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. I spent nearly 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. I spent nearly 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. I spent nearly 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. I spent 1 hour just hanging in the shopping mall. Just hanging. Let's hang out. Can we hang out together? Can we hang out together tomorrow? Let's hang out tomorrow, shall we? Shall we hang out Tokyo, shall we? Shall we hang out around Tokyo? Shall we hang around Tokyo? Shall we hang around Shibuya Station tomorrow, shall we? Shall we hang around Shibuya Station tomorrow? Let's hang around Shibuya Station, shall we? Only those concerned with our business are allowed to use the rear exit. Only related staff are allowed to enter from the rear exit. Only those who are concerned with the business are allowed to enter from the rear exit. Only related staffs are eligible for using the rear exit. Only related staff are entitled to enter and use the rear exit, as the leaflet on the window shows. As the paper on the window shows. Only related staff are eligible for using the rear exit. Only related staffs are entitled to use the rear exit. Only the staffs working in the company can use the rear exit. Only the staffs are eligible for using a rear exit. Only the staffs are entitled to use the rear exit. Only the related staffs are entitled to use the rear exit. Only related staffs are eligible for using the rear exit. Only the related staffs are entitled to use the rear exit. I hope to be able to earn money from YouTube videos from bottom of my heart. I hope to be able to earn enough money from YouTube videos from bottom of my heart, which is my dream. I hope to be able to earn enough money from YouTube videos as soon as possible. Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity while you were walking somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity? Have you got a glimpse of a celebrity? Have you had a glimpse of a celebrity? When I caught a glimpse of Mount Fuji from the Shinkansen, I was really impressed with the beauty. When I had a glimpse of Mount Fuji for the first time from Shinkansen, I was mesmerized by the beauty of Mount Fuji. The Mount Fuji, with the top covered with the snow, was so majestic, beautiful, beyond description. So I want you to see in person. The Mount Fuji with the top covered with the Mount Fuji with the top covered with the snow was so beautiful. When I got a glimpse of Mount Fuji from Shinkansen, the bullet train, Super Express train, I was I was impressed with the beauty of Mount Fuji, with the top covered with snow. It was on New Year holidays, during the New Year holidays. I saw many fans gathered around the gather in front of the concert hall. I saw many pedestrians lined up along the walkway to get a glimpse of the president passing by in his car. I saw many people lined up along the walkway in order to catch a glimpse of the president passing by. I saw so many people lining up along the walkway so as to catch a glimpse of the emperor and the empress passing by. I saw many people lining up along the walkway in order to have a glimpse of the Prime Minister passing by. Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of somebody, a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of someone, celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Have you caught a glimpse of a celebrity somewhere? Maybe I'm sure that you have caught a glimpse of rainbow. Maybe more than a couple of times. I'm certain that you caught a glimpse of rainbow a couple of times in your life. I caught a glimpse of rainbow on my way home today. I caught a glimpse of rainbow on my way home. I was lucky. I hope something great will happen in front of me as early as possible, as soon as possible. It made me feel like that. I caught a glimpse of rainbow on my way home, which made me feel like something great miracle will happen to me as soon as possible. I hope so. I got a glimpse of rainbow on my way home today, which made me feel something miracle seems to happen to me as soon as possible. I hope so. I had a glimpse of rainbow on my way home today, which made me feel something miracle would happen to me near in the future. I hope so. And on arriving at home, I rushed to the refrigerator. On arriving at the hotel, I rushed to the toilet. On arriving at home, the lady shouted, "Wahoo!" On eating the dinner, everybody became silent and focused on the eating. On eating, everybody got silent and focused on eating. On eating, he became silent and focused on eating. In order to avoid encountering my acquaintances, I use a hiding spirit called shinobi. In order to avoid encountering my acquaintances, I use special technique called shinobi or hiding technique. What if I encountered a bear in the middle of the mountain? Which strategy should I take? Which measure should I take in order to avoid the worst case? If I encountered a bear, what if I encountered a bear? What would I be like? If I encounter a bear, wild bear, somewhere, what measure should I take? Do you know the strategies? Do you know how to cope with the situation? Because I haven't experienced that. I haven't met a wild bear yet. I still haven't met a wild bear. If I encounter a wild bear whose size is twice or three times as big as me, which measure should I take in order to avoid the worst scenario? If I encounter a car accident, should I call to the insurance company first? Ambulance, or call ambulance if there are some people injured? Or call the police officers first? I left my house 1 hour earlier than usual in order to avoid encountering the congestion. In order to escape from encountering the congestion, I usually go to the tourist spot on weekdays. Whose sign is this? Whose autograph is this? Whose autograph is this? Who did you get autograph from? Who did you get the autograph from? The one hung on the wall. Who did you get the autograph from? Who did you get autograph from? Who did you get autograph from? Whose autograph is it? Whose autograph is it on the wall? Whose autograph is it on the wall? Can I ask for your autograph? Can I ask for your autograph before the lesson? Excuse me, can I ask for your autograph before the lesson starts? Excuse me, if you don't mind, can I ask for an autograph before the lesson? Autograph, 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 autograph. Whose autograph is it? Whose autograph is it on the wall? Whose autograph on the wall? Whose autograph is it on the wall? Whenever you go to the amusement park, you will find it packed, crowded, congested. No matter when you go to the amusement park, you will find it crowded. I decided not to go abroad because of the dropping yen. I decided to go on a domestic trip. For a reason, dropping yen. I've been suffering from some diseases since I was born. I've been suffering from some diseases since I was born. I've been suffering from some diseases since I was born. Have you experienced jet lag? 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 Jet lag. Although I didn't feel it like jet lag, I couldn't sleep at night when I arrived at the country. Maybe it must have been jet lag. Have you gone through jet lag? Have you gone through jet lag? Have you gone through jet lag? I still haven't recovered from diarrhea. I still remember me developing diarrhea when I go to the foreign country for the first time. I still remember having diarrhea when I went to a foreign country for the first time. I remember having a diarrhea when I went to a foreign country for the first time. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. Dizzy. I often confuse the word drowsiness and dizziness. I often confuse the word dizzy and drowsy. I often confuse the word drowsiness with dizziness. I often confuse the word dizziness with drowsiness. On standing up, I felt sort of dizziness. I felt sort of dizzy. 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 I felt kind of dizzy. I felt kind of dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. I felt sort of dizzy. I felt sort of dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. 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 I felt sort of 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 dizzy. On standing up, 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 I felt sort of dizzy. I feel sort of cold, so I will wear another clothes over my jacket, over my clothes. I still feel sort of cold, so I will wear another clothes. I will add another clothes. (20°C) is still sort of cold for me to swim in the sea. 20°C is kind of too cold for me to swim in the sea. I look sort of pale. I look sort of red after drinking alcoholic beverage. I still feel sort of sick. 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 I still feel kind of sick. I still feel kind of sick. I still feel sort 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 of sick. I still feel kind of sick. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of dizzy. Dizziness, dizzy, dizziness, dizzy, dizzy. On standing up, I felt sort of 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 dizzy. On standing up, I felt kind of dizzy. I felt kind of dizzy. Hardly had the ship started when I felt like throwing up. No sooner had the ship started than I felt like throwing up, vomiting. Scarcely had the ship started before I felt like throwing up. The ship hardly had started when I felt like throwing up. The ship scarcely had started before I felt like throwing up. The ship had no sooner started than I felt like throwing up. I seem to have looked so pale after getting out of the car, according to my friend. According to my friend, I seem to have looked so pale after coming out of the car. It was all due to his bad driving. Excuse me, I'm looking for medicine to cure me of my fever. Excuse me, I'm searching for medicine to cure me of my sore throat. Excuse me, I'm searching for ointment to cure me of my skin itchiness. Although I took the aspirin, it's not curing me of my pain on my back. Although I took the aspirin 30 minutes ago, it is not curing me of my sore throat. So I will go to see a doctor tomorrow. Aspirin, painkiller, aspirin, painkiller, aspirin, 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 painkiller, aspirin, 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 aspirin. Take some 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 aspirin if you feel the pain. If you feel the pain, please take the aspirin. Take aspirin. Take aspirin. Aspirin. Do I need do I need to get a prescription to get the aspirin from the pharmacy? Excuse me, I'm searching for medicine to cure me of my headache. Medicine to cure me of my headache. To cure me of my headache. Excuse me, I'm searching for a tool to cure me of my bad position when I sit. Is there something like that? Is there a tool? Is there such a tool? I'm searching for a tool or something like that to cure me of my bad position when I sit on the chair. Is there such kind of tool? Living in the student dorm cured me of my bad habit going home late because the student dorm adopted curfew at 10 o'clock p.m. Nothing can cure me of my skin problem perfectly yet. As of now. As of now, nothing can cure me of my skin problems. As of now, nothing can cure me of my atopic dermatitis perfectly as of now. But I hope it will be eradicated, cured, treated perfectly, drastically, not thoroughly, as soon as possible. I was surprised at the speed of how he ate the big volume of menu while I was in toilet. In no time. He ate it in no time. He ate it in no time. When I called in my friends to help me carry the furniture, they came in no time. They came to pitch me in no time. In no time. Excuse me. I'm searching for medicine which cures me of my sore throat. Which medicine should I buy? Or do I need to get a prescription from a doctor? Or can I get over-the-counter medicine? Can I get over-the-counter medicine to get one which cures me of my sore throat? The aspirin cured me of my pain on my back. The aspirin succeeded in curing me of my headache. The painkiller succeeded in curing me of my headache. The painkiller succeeded in curing me of my headache. The aspirin cured 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 me of my headache. To a certain extent, to some degrees, to some extent, in 30 minutes. The music teacher cured me of my bad sound, terrible sound. The music teacher cured me of my terrible playing at violin. The music teacher cured me of my terrible playing at the piano. The music teacher cured me of my terrible playing at the piano. Forcefully, almost forcefully, nearly forcefully. The aspirin cured me of my headache. The aspirin cured me of my headache. The tool cured me of my bad posture. The tool cured me of my bad posture. The tool cured me of my bad posture. The medicine cured me of my fever in a day. The medicine cured me of my fever overnight. The medicine cured me of my fever in a day. The medicine cured me of my high fever overnight. Thanks to my regular exercise and healthy diet and lifestyle, I haven't come down with a common cold for many years. I haven't come down with a common cold for a long time. Thanks to my healthy lifestyle with regular exercise, healthy food, enough sleep, and so on, I haven't come down with common cold for many years. I wore jacket to keep my body warm after the training in order to avoid coming down with a cold. I wore enough jacket after the training so as to avoid coming down with a cold. It is worse to come down with a cold the day before the examination or on the day. I'm afraid the product you were searching for has been sold out, and we have already ordered another 100 units of it. You can make a reservation today, but it will take more than 1 month until we get them here. Thank you for your patience. I'm afraid that the product you were trying to buy has been sold out recently. I'm afraid that all of the rooms we are offering are occupied today. I'm afraid all of the rooms are occupied today, but we still have vacant rooms for tomorrow. I'm afraid that we are all occupied. I'm sorry to say that all of the rooms are occupied today. I regret to say that all of the rooms have been occupied. I'm afraid all of the rooms are occupied. I'm afraid all of the rooms for today have been occupied. I'm afraid that all of the rooms for today have been occupied. Have you come down with flu? Flu virus. Have you come down with flu virus? Have you come down with coronavirus? Have you come down with coronavirus? Have you come down with coronavirus? Have you come down with flu virus? Have you come down with flu? 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 Of course, 2 or 3 times. It was such a tough situation which I never want to experience. Have you come down with the flu? Yes, a couple of times. Coming down with the flu is the last thing for me to experience because it was such a tough situation. I was exhausted. Excuse me, I'm sorry for short notice, but can I take a day off tomorrow? I'm sorry for such a short notice, but can I take a day off tomorrow? I know it is such a short notice, on such a short notice, but can I take a day off tomorrow? Although I know that it is such a short notice, on such a short notice, but can I get a day off tomorrow? Can I take a day off tomorrow? Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.